Welcome back, my DIY nomads. How are all of you guys doing? I hope you're doing really well. I've been away for nearly 3 weeks now, so I apologise I haven't brought anything out, but I've been enjoying the weather. I've been going away, seeing friends and doing other cool stuff and other projects, injuring myself, as you might have seen on my Instagram. And one thing I wanted to cover today, as you probably saw by the title, is I am going to show you my DIY evaporative cooler, the thing that made me go to hospital the other day, and I've got 5 stitches now. What I want to do just before we get into this episode is I want to say a massive thank you to 3 people. Vinny, who has the Instagram page, at Rocket the Campervan on Tour. I'll put a link in the description below. Vinny was very kind and he sent me a self-tapping drill bit attachment that attaches to any drill bit. It's not just like you have to have like 10 of these things. It's literally, it fits onto like loads and loads of different drill bits and you bolt it on. Massive thank you, Vinny, that was really generous of you. Another big thank you to John and Matt. They came down the other day to help look at the fire truck and help me diagnose a couple of issues, and I'm going to be hopefully getting on sorting those out so I can get the fire truck to a cool place to do the work on it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to flick on to some footage I caught from my time with John and Matt, and also a little bit of hospital footage. The graphic content was when a hole saw went into my leg and I needed it stitched up, so just be prepared for that bit. But I will give you a warning, don't worry, I'm not going to blast it onto you. A little update from fire engine side of things. One of my subscribers and avid Discord group peoples called J_C, otherwise known as John, has brought himself along with his awesome camper and also a very cool friend of his, and we're looking over the fire engine to see if we can get it up and running, which means that if we can get it up and running, I can replace the tyres on it to get it out of here, to get it to a spot undercover with power so I can actually start this conversion, because this is the trickiest thing. This is why I haven't started it yet. This is why it's been such a tactical nightmare, because it's on a hard standing between 2 fields, and to get power down there would be very tricky. I could technically take my van down there and use the inverter and run stuff off that, but it would destroy my battery in seconds using that amount of power tool stuff down there anyway. So get it sorted. These two have been absolute legends. I'll introduce you in a second, and yeah, once we get it going, I think we should be able to start the fire truck project in probably autumn, beginning of winter. And it'll be a cool winter project, cozy down, we'll get it done. We'll get it done, ready for the spring. Guys, would you bloody believe we've only got a Rolls Royce engine in here? We're going to be absolutely tanking when this thing gets going. Ultimate class. Control panel is badass. So everyone, this is John and Matt, and they're the 2 guys that have been helping me out today with the fire truck, which is really awesome of them. So massive thank you to you guys. So thank you for coming along.
No problem.
And we shouldn't be too long until we could have some sirens running, some things going, which would be really exciting.
Get the brakes off.
Brakes off.
Move it.
I mean, moving would be great. That'd be the main priority. But yeah, thank you again, guys. A little interlude here. Tried to make something really cool for the video, so ended up in A&E, and I'll show you why. I can feel it moving, but I can't feel any pain.
That's so weird.
Ooh, not a little bit there. Now that we're back, this is my DIY evaporative cooler. I know she looks a bit Frankenstein-y right now, but I really wanted to cheaply test the theory before I sort of divulged a lot of time and effort into it. So we've got basically a brewer's bucket here with a sealable lid on the top. I've cut a bunch of holes around the edge, as you can see, with the hole saw, and you can see I've got this basically like polyurethane or something style wadding. That's the medium that takes on the water, absorbs the water, and the air then comes through here. I chose this wadding because it's quite it's got quite like large air pockets, like it's not very dense fabric, so it allows the air to pass through a bit easier. as the air passes through, which is sucked through by this fan, it obviously evaporates the water. The evaporative process, physics, means that the evaporation cools the air, and then it gets pumped out the fan, comes out the top, and you've got cool air. Some really effective ones have been, you've had this outside while it's been powered by the van, and they've had ducting that takes the cool air into the van. I found that it actually seems to be okay. I don't know if you might be able to get even more degrees cooler air if you do have it outside with it ducting in, but I found this thing pumps out pretty cool air anyway, so don't know why you couldn't have it in. This runs on 12 volts, so you could strap it up to your battery, and it uses so little amperage, it's brilliant. And it's basically silent. And the only thing you need to put into it is a small amount of water that you can see at the bottom there. I just don't really see the disadvantages, apart from it looking ugly, but you could easily make this look way more beautiful, and I've got a design coming up. I'm going to bring out another video after this one on a really cool redesign. So what I've got here is like basically a voltage regulator plug. I can just flip it between a load of different voltages. Hello, dog. And I've got this set on 12 volts. This then goes and powers my fan. And on the inside down there, my little submersible water pump. Now you can see it's tubing around the top. It's not very neat, but I've got some new tubing and connectors to improve it, to make it look better and work better. But literally, here's the wadding. It's a good thickness. And I've basically strapped it to the inside with zip ties to the outside, but I haven't done it super tight so that it doesn't dents up the fabric too much. And then I've got this basically outdoor mesh to keep this air pocket in the center, so the cool air can draw up and out. The water pump pumps the water up this hose and out of a series of holes around the top here, keeps all this wadding wet, and then the whole process, as I explained earlier, carries on. So currently, guys, I'm doing a temperature sense thing inside the bucket there, where the cold air is meant to be getting into and then being sucked out with the fan. It's 20 degrees. So I now have taken the thermometer out. Before it was saying 20 degrees, now it's saying 30 degrees. And I've let this actually sort of sit. It needs to sit for 15-20 minutes to really get dialed in. So that is incredibly effective for what I made that for. Probably about 20 to 25 pounds. Oh, and by the way, this is the modification. So before you saw that green hose that was in there, that was pretty crappy. I've got this 15mm grey tubing that I cut a length of, and I use my heat gun, or you can use a hairdryer, just to soften it up and then bend it round and then let it cool down in that shape, so it takes the shape better. And what I'm going to do is this is more stiffer material, which is great. So I'm just going to take my drill and I'm going to drill the holes, but I'm going to make sure that so if this is the top and it's going to go in like that, and then the bottom of the bucket is going to be down below, I'm going to drill the holes in the bottom angle so that the water goes down and outwards a bit. So probably a 45 degree sort of heading outwards all the way around like that. That means that the water will go out to the edges and almost be drawn inwards as it goes down, and create the best possible scenario, the best soaking scenario I can really achieve. So we've got a bit of sun outside again. This has been sat for a while now, and it says 25 degrees on it. I've just had this on for about 5 minutes, so I'm now going to put the thermometer in there. So you can see it just about there, 25 degrees. Let's leave it for a little while and see what happens. Right everyone, we're back about 10 minutes later and we've got a 5 degree drop already. That is a pretty significant drop. I'm going to leave that on for another 45 minutes to an hour, see if it goes down any further. If not too miffed. A 5 degree drop for a £20 evaporative cooler is great. That's amazing, right? That's a huge difference. I want to look at a secondary design, which I'll be bringing out in another episode. But yeah, great results so far. So I've just been back to check the temperature inside of the bucket and it's still at 20 degrees. So I reckon that 5 degrees is going to be all that we're going to get from this one today. I don't know why the other one said a whole 10 degree difference yesterday. I don't know whether that was because of the weather or whether for some reason it was hotter, it made more of a difference. I have no idea. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and also turn on those notifications so you know when I release a video. And hopefully there's going to be also a new conversion on the horizon. So exciting news. So I'll catch all of you DIY nomads next time.